What's up, YouTube? Kedris here. This is my match reaction to Nottingham Forest, nil. Fulham, nil. Now, there's a lot of things I want to talk about. I think it was a good thing that I missed a day yesterday when it came to uploading this match reaction, because it really kind of showed me while scrolling through X with my internet and my power out who the fans are that are going to stick by us through thick and thin, and the fans who are just here to soak up the glory. What am I talking about? What accusations am I making? I don't want to get into specifics, mostly because I don't really care to, but the things that I've been hearing have been very concerning. Number one, professional football players should be able to play 2 matches a week. That is absolutely 1000% true, but the problem you run into with this team this season is that we have shown the inability to do so. You've seen it time and time and again and again. You've seen us with the inability to play multiple games in a week. Why has your brain not clocked that yet? Why hasn't your brain gone, oh man, the evidence across the whole season shows us that we can't really play 2 games a week. You'd have to be stupid, right? Point number 2. There are people who think that Vitor Pereira is going to full rotate for the match and throw Europe. And they are throwing a hissy fit about it. Oh man, I don't want it to go away. Oh man, these players should react and do something. Oh man, we got to stay in Europe, guys. Glory hunters. Glory hunters. Fuck Europe. I said this weeks ago. I said this months ago. Listen, I've said it before. There's a short going around with me saying it. The Premier League is more important. We obviously can't play 2 games a week. Europe needs to go. I hope and I pray that Vitor Pereira does a full-on rotation for the match. I really do. And the people who are in the community who criticize me and say, oh, you just don't want to see Forest succeed. Listen here. I am here for the club. I'm not here for my own personal glory. I'm not here to witness greatness. I'm here because I support a club and I want that club to be a long-term success. So it pisses me off when people sit there and go, oh no, we need to do something in Europe. Put the fries in the bag, bro. It's done. Get over it. Go cry in a corner somewhere by yourself. Put the club first. Jesus, man, the amount of criticism and back talk I get for this crap is ridiculous. Anyways, let's move into the full match. So as we can see right here, we got the lineup. I'm going to start with the Fulham team. I don't have much to say. I honestly think they played like absolute shit. They didn't really produce anything. The real one opportunity they got was from Bassi being offside during a free kick. To be honest with it, they looked like they couldn't really be asked, and I have to agree. They looked absolutely terrible. We dominated the entire first half of the game. And then for the second half, we shifted gears, and I think that's when they really started getting the possession, building up the stats, making an impact. But they still really didn't provide any opportunities. I'd say Muniz coming on for Raul Jimenez was probably the closest they got. I think he put a header just wide or something. But overall, I think they had a very shit performance. I don't know what to say, honestly. I feel like they play so well sometimes, and then they played so crap at times as well. But we got a point, and I'm happy with that. And from what I heard from the Fulham fans after watching the match, they're also happy with the point. Moving on to our team, I start from the back. We work our way to the front. We'll start with Matt Sells. Had decent performance. He didn't really ask to do much, so he can't really expect me to be ecstatic with the way he performed. I do think he does look really slow, and I'm not trying to criticize him. I think he had a good match. I just think it's something we need to really watch and keep track of moving forward, and is a concern that I am watching actively. Maybe on the fullbacks, Nico Williams had himself a hell of a game. Good job. When we were in the 4-3-3 in the first half, he was excellent. His spacing was great. His ability to show for the pass was excellent. Honestly, the two fullbacks, Williams and Ina, really benefited from the 4-3-3. I was glazing it during the live stream. I was absolutely ecstatic to see it just because I think what the 4-3-3 does is it forces the players into spacing that they would normally not naturally be in. And I think with the way our players are, the way they can't really space themselves well, the 4-3-3 makes them do it for them. Also, it really helps with timing when it comes to like timing and attacking the box. Like we had that late run from Dominguez, it was a perfectly timed cutback from Nico Williams, and it was perfectly timed into the box late run from Dominguez. And I think a 4-3-3 forces the midfielders back further and creates artificially that ability to make that cutback run that we just don't seem to have when we play the 4-2-3-1. Moving into the center backs, Murillo, Milinkovic, both had good games. I think Murillo, there was only like one or two times where he actually passed at the opposition. Otherwise, it was good. His passing range is still incredible, and I think the 4-3-3 really helped him with his passing because it forces him to kind of curve it out wide where most of our attacking play came down. I just think I would like to see the 4-3-3 again when we play Tottenham, but it's up to Vitor Pereira. Maybe in the midfield, Anderson. Eh, there was good moments. There was bad moments. I really think he's a 6. I don't think he's an 8. I don't think he's a 10. He just like watching him play lately. At least he keeps giving the ball away in weird areas. I don't know what's going on with him. And a lot of people gave me backlash for saying I wanted to drop Anderson. I stand by that. I think the problem that people have in modern football is they look for star players, for players that they want to be their, that iconic player that they look back on and say, "Oh, this guy was the reason we did something." Listen, the modern game is a team sport. It is a full round team sport. Everyone defends together, everyone attacks together. So, for me at least, more important than star power is chemistry. And to me, I would like to see a game where we don't have Morgan Gibbs White and Anderson play. I think we'll get that on Thursday. Wait for my match preview tomorrow to see that. Outside of that, Sangare was dominant. I liked his holding role with that pivot in the middle. I think when we lose Anderson in the summer, we're going to be in good hands with Sangare. Hopefully, he also does not go. He's 28. 50 million for him is really good. I really hope he stays. But I like all three of them. I think Dominguez is also an excellent player. I have been glazing this guy for the last couple of games. He comes off early because he does so much, but defensively he is a hound. He wins balls, gets interceptions. He has to be on the pitch for me for us to succeed for the rest of the season. Moving into the wing areas, we had Morgan Gibbs White playing left wing, Cal Hudson-Odoi playing right wing. I think it was a good decision because Cal Hudson-Odoi he limits himself so much with trying to do that cut in crap all the time. And I think putting him on the right, where I think he actually has a really good cross on him. Also, pairing him with Ola Aina is something I think is done for the mentality of both the players, and it showed. They both played better. I honestly, this is gonna sound weird, but I actually think Callum Hudson-Odoi is a right midfielder more than he's a winger because he defends really well. If we played like a three-back system and he was the right wing back, I actually think he would be a really, really good player. His crossing is excellent, and if his shooting is gone, like could be spicy. I was watching, I was like, man, his tracking back when he puts effort in is great. If you put him at right mid instead of winger, you're not asking him to get in the box really. You're just kind of asking him to put in crosses and conserve energy. I'm really, really starting to think of it. I'm kind of looking at him like I look at Dwight McNeil for Everton, where he is a winger. He just doesn't really have the pace to be a winger, so he's more of like a left midfielder. He plays deeper, puts in really good crosses. A team that has like a left mid of McNeil and a right mid of Cal Hudson-Odoi, I think would be really interesting. Moving into the striker position, Igor Jesus. People are now starting to come over to my side of the aisle. I am starting to be the majority with the Taiwo Wani needs to start. Igor in this game, he was bad. He was really, really bad. He gave the ball away a lot. He tried to do the little flick passes over the top and stuff. And I can applaud the creativity. I can applaud the attempt, but the execution was terrible. It was lacking. He gave the ball away a lot. He's not out and out striker, guys. We need to put the fries in the bag. I thought him being in 4-3-3 would help him if he played kind of like Firmino did for Jurgen Klopp at the Liverpool 4-3-3. But he's not at it, guys. Needs to be a backup striker. I love the guy, I really do, but gotta put the fries in the bag. Gotta put the fries in the bag. Not good enough. Moving into the bench, I think we had an impact definitely from these guys that came on. Dan and Doy was offside like 3 times, which really kind of annoyed me. But he did provide something that we seem to be lacking. I feel like he's the only guy with pace on our team that plays an attacking position, which is really weird. And then we had Omari Hutchinson. He looked fine, looked great, came on, did his thing. Obviously, there was no face lotion in his eyes to block anything. So he actually performed really well. Taiwo, I don't know why his score is so low on here. It's kind of insulting. Taiwo came on. He created chances, forced opportunities. Him and Bassi were pretty much in a wrestling match. It was like watching WWE. I was like, bruh, I feel like he should have attacked the other center back, Anderson, because he was on a yellow. But I have to admit, it was entertaining to watch. He did get a shot off. He did create chance, which I think is more than what Igor Jesus can say he did. For me, Taiwo has to start. He can't start, obviously, against Michelin, but he has to start in the Premier League against Tottenham. And the pressure is mounting against Vitor Pereira to start him. And a lot of people are finally joining me on this side of the aisle. Ryan Yates, I actually thought played pretty decent. He came on, didn't really create any fouls that I thought were really stupid. He won a lot of headers. He was very progressive in his passing. He wasn't like great or good, but he was above average. I have no problem with Yates. I think he should start against Michelin. And honestly, I made a comment during the live stream. I think if Ryan Yates played center back, like he would be one of the best center backs in the league. Like that guy, because he wouldn't be stepping out to do those stupid fouls. His pace matches what a center back's got. He's always winning headers. Like this guy is tall enough. I think Yates, if you see this, really, really, really consider playing center back, bro. Really think about it. I think you could be good, really good at it. James McAtee came on. He didn't really have much time to make an impact. He seemed to be struggling. I've heard from the interview Vitor did that he's been looking really good in training. He hasn't shown it on the pitch for the last couple matches. I really want to give him an opportunity because I think the talent is there. Kind of the same thing with Bakwa. But I have to be frank and I have to be honest. I've given up on him. I've given up on Bakwa. Both of them I think need to be sold or loaned out in the summer. If he can prove me wrong, I would love it. Honestly, I really would. But just for me at least, I've given up on him. Moving to the manager, Vitor Pereira. I think he came in with a great game plan. The 4-3-3 was working really well for me. Yeah, we didn't create a lot of chances, but I think the way that the spacing was, the way that we were progressing and pushing up the pitch, it was excellent to me. It just seemed like individual players were making really stupid passes. There's a couple of times Aina, Anderson, Dominguez, all of them were like making these really dumb, weird passes. And I think that probably comes from inexperience playing the formation, maybe also just being out of form. But I liked the formation. I liked the setup. When we went to halftime, I definitely think Vitor was like, okay, we're not getting any points from this game. We're going to play for a draw. So we switched to a 4-2-3-1, and we played a lot more defensive. We played deeper. Fulham came back into the game, had a lot more of the possession. where we dominated in the first half. They were more in control in the second half. Didn't create many opportunities, which I think was the goal. And we walked away with a point, which I was kind of frustrated about at the time because I was like, man, we could like play the 4-3-3 for another 10, 15 minutes, see if we can got something coming out of halftime. But I respect Pereira enough that I will acquiesce to his decision to go for a point. We need the points, guys. Tottenham got a point at Liverpool, which is freaking irritating. And West Ham got a point as well. So everyone basically started the weekend tied in their certain current positions and ended the weekend in the exact same spot. So my overall take for the match, it was a decent performance. Our goals are still a concern. I think Awani has to start moving forward. I don't see goals coming from anywhere else at this time. So we got to win at Tottenham, guys. This is the match. I am willing to sacrifice Europe for it. I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things for it. But this is the match. This is a game against a Big Six club, so our players should show up. This is a game against our relegation rivals. We must win. If we do not win, I think my belief that we stay up goes below 50%. And I finally have to face the reality that we could be facing relegation from the Premier League and we'll be set back for years because of it. I love our ownership. I love the club. I love Marinakis. I know that we have made mistakes in the summer. I understand it. But he is trying his best. He is lowering ticket prices. He is handing out free merchandise. He is doing everything he can to support the fans and the club. We got to stick by him, guys. We got to stick with the team. I know it's hard. The performance is dross, but this is it. This is the game. Right here, right now, Tottenham on Sunday. This is the game. Come on, you Reds.